The question today is, with your WordPress updates, how necessary is it and important to keep them updated on your WordPress blog? In short, the answer's essential. We hear the same old story over and over again, and it's usually an answer to our question when something's happened with someone's website. It's been infected with a virus, they've been hacked, they've had all sorts of issues and problems. And the key question we always ask them is, have you kept your WordPress dashboard updated? Time and time again we hear the same answer, a simple no. Should I have been doing that? People ignore the update warnings time and time again on their computer. They lose their files, they find themselves with an unstoppable virus and malware that pulls down their sites, unfortunately. And the same goes for their WordPress accounts. You need to keep your WordPress sites updated at least monthly, and every time you go in, when there's updates there, do them as a part of your site maintenance. It's critical to keep your sites functioning and running like a well-oiled machine. We all know when we go into WordPress, we always see that update. And you often think, and I know I do, oh no, not again. I've just come in here to post a blog and now I've got to spend time doing this. But you must spend time doing this, it's just so important. So what we're going to show you today is how to do this. So first off, I've opened a Google Chrome browser here, and I'm in my dashboard section to log into my WordPress site, the back end. And I'm going to type in here username and then password and then log in. So why is it so important to keep your sites updated? Essentially it's for fixing potential security issues. If you don't update your self-hosted WordPress software frequently, you're just guaranteed to get it hacked at some point. And if that happens, you can say goodbye to Google. When your website gets hacked, not only do you lose valuable content and prospects, you can also lose your position in search engine rankings. You get blacklisted by Google, and then you have to ask Google to verify and re-index your site. And yes, you need to keep those plugins updated as well. The plugins are actually a source of security holes, often more so than the WordPress software itself. Make wise choices when installing your plugins. Only choose those with a lot of positive reviews and update them frequently. And secondly, make sure that you have good site protection and monitoring. But more about this later. Now the top 5 reasons to keep your WordPress site updated are for security, because WordPress is one of the most targeted programs by bloggers because it holds the key to so many millions of websites. A WordPress update is the software's way of helping you fix the problem before it starts. If you ignore the update, you are ignoring the solution to a problem that is already out there ready to attack. And if a big company like Microsoft and PlayStation can be nulled or cracked by some people and brought down, imagine WordPress. They can do it easily to WordPress as well. The second reason is features. Keeping your account updated will also help you gain the latest features available. Thirdly, future changes. Just as with computer updates, there will come a time when you want to make changes to your website, and in many cases you will need the latest version of WordPress to do that. Fourthly, routine. Updates are not only created to keep your website secure, but also to improve its usability and performance from your end. If you want the most efficient WordPress account, you're going to need to keep up with the updates. And lastly, user ease. It should always be your goal to make the site easy to work with for visitors, and these updates continually make this easier for people that visit your site. Now before you actually go through and do your updates, you should always back up your WordPress database, and this will save you time in the long run. The most important thing to remember is that if you back up your site first, that if anything happens, you've got all your information there and you can just reinstall the site. Another common thing we hear is, but I'm afraid I'll break it. A valid concern many people have is the fear that strikes their hearts when they go to click that update button. It's like a bomb. They think it's going to explode on the screen. But be reassured, it definitely won't explode. As we said, just make sure you back up your database and back up your files before you start. And for a lot of people, your hosting company provides this backup service for you. But if you're not sure, just check with them and make sure that you have a way of backing up your site files and database prior to doing your updates, and that you can immediately roll these back if any issues occur. All that being said, let's crack on with the job and let me show you how to update your site. And there's 3 areas that are showing that updates are available. The first area is up here where the 3 is, and it's when I hover over it, it's telling me I've got 1 plugin update and 2 theme updates. And here with updates, you can see 1 plugin update and 2 theme updates. And you can also see the one down here for the plugins. So I'll just click on here, updates. Okay, and we can see WordPress updates. You have the latest version of WordPress. Last checked on the 14th of November, check again later. So I can reinstall now if I like, but I don't need to do that because I've already come in here and I've updated my WordPress plugin. But I can see here that I've got plugins to update. So the first thing I'm going to do is check those plugins. I'm going to go select all and update plugins. And we can see here that the plugin has updated successfully. So here I'm just going to return to my updates, and here you can see it's still showing 2 updates left, and that's because there's 2 update themes potentially here, and that's the 2011 and the 2010. Now you never want to click on these and update those, because if you're working off a WordPress platform, which we are here, what will happen is you will lose all your information and revert back to one of these generic themes. So there you have it. That's how to update your WordPress. And for those of you that want to add security to your site and monitoring of your site, we strongly recommend that you go to our website www.poweringsocialmedia.com and click on the link to Securi, SECURI, and that's who we use for monitoring our sites on a daily and hourly basis for any potential threats. So there you have it. That's how to keep your WordPress updated.